The circumference of the Earth is over 40,000 kilometers. However, how do you locate a point somewhere, maybe in a city? Every building, structure, or site on Earth falls within a coordinate. It doesn't matter whether if it is in a city center, in a village, in a jungle, on a mountain, or even in a valley. The Earth is divided with an invisible grid lines. With these grid lines, we can locate any point on a map on Earth. This is like plotting a graph on a Cartesian plane. The Earth is divided with latitude and longitude lines. These lines are drawn equidistant from each other. Latitude line divides the Earth from east to west horizontally, while the longitude lines divide the Earth from north to south vertically. The latitude line divides the Earth into two from the equator. The upper part is called the northern hemisphere, while the other part is called southern hemisphere. The longitude divides the Earth into two parts, the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. The line that splits the latitude into two parts of the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere is called the equator. And the longitude line that splits the Earth into two of the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere, the line is called the prime meridian. The distance between each lines of the latitude is about 69 miles, which is over 101 kilometers and is equivalent to 1 degree on map. Each degree is divided into smaller units called minutes. That is, 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. Likewise, each minute is divided into 60 seconds. That is, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. The equator lies halfway between the north and the south poles with 0 degrees. 23.5 degrees north away from the equator is called the Tropic of Cancer, while 23.5 degrees towards the south is called Tropic of Capricorn. The entire region that covers the Tropic of Cancer to the Tropic of Capricorn is called the tropics, having hot temperature, heavy rainfall, and thick jungle. And it has 2 seasons, rainy season and the dry season. Above the Tropic of Cancer is Arctic Circle, which is 66.5 degrees north. And below the Tropic of Capricorn is the Antarctic Circle, which is 66.5 degrees south. The area covering Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle have 4 seasons: summer, winter, spring, and autumn. The lines that runs north to south are called meridians of longitude, measured in degrees, minutes, and seconds. Unlike latitude, lines of longitude are not equidistant from each other. Meridians intersect at the north and south poles. 0 degree longitude is called the prime meridian. The prime meridian line runs across different cities in the world, from the North Pole to the South Pole, and Greenwich in England is one of the cities. This line that runs through Greenwich is also a tourist attraction center in England. and this point becomes a reference point for other time zones in the world. Greenwich was a royal park, South Thames of London. Charles II in 1675 needed an accurate maps for navigators round the world and offered the land of the Royal Society for Britain's first national observatory. With the introduction of the railways in the mid-19th century, Britain needed a national time system to replace the local time adopted by major towns and cities. The British government, until 2nd August 1880, the Parliament approved this new cartography. 3 years after, in 18th November 1883, the United States adopted the GMT. With this development, British map makers began to set longitude from Greenwich, and in 1884 it was adopted as a prime meridian. The Royal Observatory Greenwich was in November 1st, 1884, adopted universally in the United States during the International Meridian Conference in Washington, D.C. The longitude of Greenwich becomes 0 degrees, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds, and the latitude becomes 51 degrees, 28 minutes, and 38 seconds north of the equator. Equator and prime meridian meet at the Gulf of Guinea. This is somewhere on the map close to Equatorial Guinea in Africa. Using longitude and latitude, any point on the earth can be located. These invisible lines of longitude and latitude have been integrated into GPS, many software, and can help construction professionals as well. I hope this was helpful. I will see you in the next video.